Hi guys, welcome to the top 10 changes which happened in the XAT 2015. So these are the changes which you need to know before you start your preparation for your XAT exam. So XAT is one of the top entrance exams in India with almost 141 top B schools accepting XAT scores, including XLRI, SPJN, XIMB Bangalore and IMT Ghaziabad. So we look at the top 10 things that have changed, with number 10 being the least important to number 1, which is the most important change that happened. So in this video, we'll talk about the negative marking, to the number of increase in number of question in number of time, to from decrease in the number of questions, to the level of difficulty of the exam. So these are changes we're going to think about in these top 10. Starting with number 10, which is basically no change at all. XAT have planned to continue with the two sections, section 1 and section 2. So section 1 will contain 3 parts: quant, verbal and decision making, whereas section 2 will take essay, GK and essay writing. Alright, with 170 minutes for the main section and 35 minutes for the essay and GK. Alright, at number 9, they do expect slight changes in essay writing and GK section. That's what they plan to do. So exactly what changes they have said, they have not told us, but they said they will do minor changes. Minor changes can be essay can become more business essay rather than a normal essay. Till last year, the essay used to be like beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So beauty lies in the eyes of a beholder, more of a social essay rather than B school essay. So this might change. You can expect slight change, that you can expect more essays on the business side. Yep, that can be one change. Alright, XLRI feels that leaving a question blank is also a sign of risk. Yep, so people do take risk by attempting a question and having a feeling of negative marking, or they might leave blank. So to counter that, they have started introducing negative marking even for the non-zero questions. That we'll talk about later on. But at number 8 point is the risk-taking ability. So XAT want you to take a risk in the exam. Yep, that's at number 8 point, that you will have to take some risk during the XAT exam. We'll see that at number 2. So XAT is now allowing only 13 questions to be left unattempted. So you can only leave 13 questions blank. For the remaining question, it's not compulsory to mark, but if you don't mark, you will be feeling a negative mark. Yep. So we can only leave 70 out of 78 minus 13. So 65 questions. If you leave any of them blank or do wrong, you will be facing negative marking. So welcome to XAT. Next change is again the GK section. This time they're saying GK section will be more generic questions in GK rather than specific question. Fine. What do you mean by generic question? Is more like current affairs and other things, business GK, rather than very, very specific questions which XAT was famous for till last year. Alright. So GK section is more expected to become more light, more easy. Now with number of questions going down, we don't know the exact break of the question as we talked earlier. But now the sectional timing have to be fixed up. So 170 minutes is total time what we have to solve 78 questions in quant, verbal and decision making. So exactly number of questions will be known on the same day itself among the distribution. But time distribution, I can recommend you 60 minutes spent for quant, 50 minutes for verbal and another 50 minutes for data sufficiency, decision making, sorry. So this is your ideal breakup which you should be following for the exam, unless the drastic change in the pattern. Like quant you get 70 question quant and only 4 in verbal and 4 in verbal and 4 in decision making. That won't happen. Moreover, the pattern, the overall percentage weightage of the question will remain same till last year, as like last year. So 60, 50, 50 is a very, very good breakup in the exam. Alright, so earlier 35 minutes was not more than enough time to cover GK and essay writing. So listening to that people have now decreased the number of questions of GK to 25. Fine. So that's one change. It won't affect the students drastically, but yes. Overall time is 35 minutes to solve GK and write one essay. Yeah, GK you don't need more than 10 minutes to solve 25 questions. The remaining 25 minutes I can put for essay writing. At number 4 is total question. Total questions are now down to 78 questions. So that's a welcome change. Breakup of these 78 questions is not known, and that is famous for that. They change it every year. But do expect mota almost equal breakup. A few more questions of quant. For example, you can expect around 28 quant question, 25 decision making, and 25 verbal. Or what they might do, they could give more quant question, maybe 38 quant question, 25 for the remaining two sections. Fine. So the number of questions gone down. So that's one major advantage what you have. Alright, and number 3 change is the incremental negative marking. So obviously, if you used to leave question, then nothing used to happen. But now they have added a negative marking for even not attempted. So that is only allowing you to leave 13 questions, not more than that. So you can leave 13 questions blank without solving. But every extra question, they're going to be a negative marking of 0.05 marks for leaving a blank. Yes. And 0.25 negative marking for doing a question wrong. Fine. But this won't change much because 78 questions have to be done total. Even if you leave 20 questions blank, after 30 into 0.05 is going to be 1 mark. So you lose 1 mark after leaving 20 questions. But if you solve them because of fear of losing 0.25 marks and you end up doing it wrong, so you end up losing 25.25%. So obviously makes sense still to leave the marks. So don't take this as a very serious challenge. Fine, go with the flow. So consider 0.05 as 0.00 only. Yep, don't worry. Leave 20 questions if you can't solve them. Yep, don't guess because it'll backfire. Alright. Alright, at number 2, most important change which happened is adding of extra 20 minutes to the exams. So earlier the exam time was less, but now it has moved up to 170 minutes for the first section. So that's a very good change. So 20 minutes extra you'll be getting to complete the paper. Yep, so that's a major change which happened. Alright, the most important change which I think is going to happen is that this year is going to be level of difficulty is going to go down. So that people have admitted that the level of difficulty was very high earlier. So, but now they are planning to reduce so that some people will be able to solve the complete paper in the given time. So they are saying that around 100 plus people will be able to solve all the questions in 170 minutes. So that's the major change which will be appreciated by the students. But obviously don't expect a very drastic change in the CAT exam, in the XAT exam. It might not become as easy as what you saw in CAT, but yes, the level might go down a little bit. Alright.